Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to go up top again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The Ravens at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking,
and it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll drop this one down and mix it. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Second and 8 coming up. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw. And it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Mixon with a first down carry. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
On Coop.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Burrow on play action. Throwing. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Completion good for 14 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Jackson now. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Fourth down. Here's Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. He's at the 50. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, have 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
11 MT.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Another try for Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They'll roll him out, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
McPherson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. To Mixon on the check down.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Thomas. 11.
They go play action with Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they work this out past the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They go play action with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken from just outside the 30. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here we go.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now Jackson.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. And Jackson throwing once more.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defense up front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down.
Over.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside of the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Burrow will throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 1, right?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. It's caught, Smith.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
This offense so far on 3rd down, Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Jackson running again.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the 1st.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there, and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Rashad Bateman.
49 yards.
And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
It's complete, and he is not going to be able to break free as they wrap him up right at the line of scrimmage. And the try for 2 is going to come up empty. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
This pass caught by Hamler. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others.
And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Throwing, Burrow.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now,
he's got a man, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. In motion comes the tight end left.
Here's Burrow.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Now Burrow.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Here we go.
To throw, Burrow. One last shot at the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
it's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the game, I would have said never, not in a million years. Well, here we go. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost it.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like the lose.